Hello everyone, how you doing? I hope you're well. So today I'm going to look at information messages from Spirit for the month of September 2023. So this morning I drew off camera an oracle card, and this month I selected the shamanic medicine. This is the deck, oracle cards, and the actual card is ancestors. And underneath, you've got the word wisdom. It's very interesting. 2 weeks ago, I recorded the latest episode of my podcast, and it was about ancestral healing. I was guiding at the time to do a recording and share information about ancestral healing. So it's a confirmation to me that it's very strong at the moment. It's an important type of healing that is important to do. Of course, we've got free will, so it's up to us if we're ready or not. But the fact today the card ancestors appeared, I think I've got a very strong message from the ancestors to share with you for the months of September, the 4 weeks and month to come. So I've got several messages to share with you. The first one, I feel it's time for us to not only honor our ancestors, but to keep their memory and spirit alive and to thank them for all what they did in previous incarnations. There is also an important point here. In order to start the process, the journey of ancestral healing, it's so important to forgive as well our ancestors. Let's not forget, some of the time we're going to deal with a kind of negative patterns to be healed, but sometimes very destructive. So, as as a warning, if I can call it like that, it's so important to do the essential work here to forgive them, to forgive ancestors. Let's not forget, they help us to shape us the way we are. And today, I would say for some of us, the people who are ready to do ancestral healing, they're giving us so much opportunity to grow and evolve. So, yes, it was a very important reminder for me to share with you today. Then I had a message and I heard the term timeless or expression, timeless connection. As you know, we all have timeless connection with spirit. We, of course, also have timeless connection with the ancestors. And their task here is to remind us we're here for you anytime. We're here to share our wisdom, as mentioned on the card, and assist you with your spiritual journey. Ancestral healing, I feel, for some of us is an important part, is a stepping stone, actually, at the moment. It can allow us to, how can I call it, to break free of, as I just mentioned, negative or destructive patterns and help us to step into the freedom that our soul yearns for. So this is so important. I feel it's a pivotal point for some of us at the moment in our lives. So just bear that in mind. If you feel you are ready, yes, they're there. Your ancestors are here to help you on so many levels. Now, I feel it's the right time to actually draw a few tarot cards. And this week, let me show you the little booklet because I no longer have the box. I'm going to use the Vision Quest Tarot, which is going with the shamanic medicine oracle deck, kind of Native American theme here. And let's ask Spirit for more information or confirmation related to the ancestors card. So what sort of information do the ancestors want to share with us? Okay. So let's start with 3 cards and let's see where those cards are going to take us. It's very interesting. So, out of 3 cards, I've got 2 minor arcana with the number 7. So, 2 sevens. For me, they represent like a marker for maybe a situation in our lives that are significant. So, kind of markers, I would say. And if we go back to the ancestors' wisdom card, as I just mentioned, maybe for some of us, it's a kind of time of self realization. We need to do more about doing some ancestral healing to free ourselves in order to reach our highest potential in this life. So that's what I'm getting about those 2 sevens. So the first one is called the Seven of Air and is titled Futility. So 7 of Air, I'm going to show you the card right there, is the 7 of Swords in a traditional tarot deck. 7 of Swords have many different meanings, but I feel related to ancestors and ancestral healing, I can hear very clear messages here. And I would say at the same time, warnings. The first one, there is a sense I can hear negative expectations. So, what does that mean? You need to understand if you are, for example, in a family where the same patterns, have been there for many lifetimes, many incarnations. Sometimes, maybe you've seen it in your family or in other people's life. We have a tendency to sometimes say, you know what? It's been in my family for many generations. That's the way it is. You know, I can't do much about it. And people have a tendency to give up. I know sometimes it feels comfortable to be in those situations, although you know that you're still struggling, but it's hard to face the negative patterns you had in your family for many generations and you accept them. It's like, this is me, this is my family. But what people don't realize is you can stop, you can change this. You can say it stops with me in this life. I don't want it to carry on in future generations. So, negative expectations, people like these they know they've reached a kind of plateau and they accept that this is my life, this is my limits. And in some ways, in some situations, because of the type of patterns or destructive patterns, they always expect something negative to happen. So that's the first point. The other one is almost feeling discouraged. And there is that fear of the unknown sometimes due to behavior patterns that no longer serve you in your life. This is very common. Let's face it, if you've been brought up in an environment where your parents were quite fearful about changes generally in your life, you may carry the same fear. And there is the kind of, yes, warning about that, saying, if you're quite fearful about changes happening, and let's face it, change is constant, but deep down you could do better to reach your higher potential, your highest potential in your life. Fear could be a major factor. Maybe fear is a pattern you need to work on. And as a warning, if we're not careful, this type of patterns, they will continue to dominate our lives. And it's almost like I'm hearing the term self-sabotage because of those patterns that no longer serve us. There is a kind of self-sabotage going on because, as I mentioned earlier on, our soul yearns for that freedom. The soul yearns for you to reach your highest potential. But because of the patterns that's blocking you or blocking us to move further, to grow and evolve and embrace fully our soul purpose in this life. So, yes, it's almost like running away from a kind of commitment. And when I say commitment, yes, we here as well to potentially deal once for all the patterns that have been reincarnated, if I can call it like this, from one generation to another. And we've got the opportunity right now to say, do you know what? I don't want negative patterns to take over my lives. I want to live my best lives. I know it's not easy. I totally understand. We need to be ready. But I feel the reading today for this month and for the weeks and months to come are for the people who went through kind of self-realization phase where you know deep down something needs to be done. So that's very, very interesting. Yes. So try not to stay in that sort of negative frame of mind. There is always a way out. But of course, you need to be ready. Now, the second card. So the first card, as I mentioned before, when I do a 3-card reading, first card is more about the situation right now. The second card is more about how do you resolve the problem. Which action to be taken. We've got the 7 of fire. And in this one is called endurance. Here's the card. So in a traditional tarot deck is called the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands, I feel, I'm hearing a few words. I feel it's the message from the ancestors. The ancestors are trying to encouraging us to start the process of doing ancestral healing. And the key words I can hear are perseverance, persistence, find the courage and strength to start this process. It's for your highest good. It's not the time to give up. It's not the time to resign. This is an opportunity for all of us to release patterns or situations, could be situations too, with the help of the ancestors. They're here to help us. And it's almost like from the position of the 7 of Swords, where we feel low, we feel down, we feel discouraged to do anything. The ancestors are reminding us, no, we're here to help you. We're here to assist you. Don't discourage. Don't be discouraged. You need to find that strength and courage to do the work and stop in this life. The patterns have been, in different reincarnations for many, many lifetimes. So this is a very encouraging type of message from the actual ancestors. Now, the third card, which is the potential outcome. So if we listen to the message from the ancestors, and of course, if we are ready, we are in that place of self-realization, we know we need to start this process of ancestral healing, we have now the daughter of water. So the daughter of water is the page of cups. So pages in a tarot deck represent new beginnings. The page of cups represents not only creativity, finally, I feel for some of us, because we are doing some ancestral healing related to patterns which had a kind of, negative impact on our creativity. Finally, remember I used the term to break free, feeling that freedom that our soul yearns for. We feel free finally to start a project, a creative project, okay, which is the beginning. We are not in that sort of same frame of mind. Now we've been dealing with some patterns that no longer serve us. So it's almost like it's a new way of being. We have new emotions. It could be potentially, as I just mentioned, a new beginning for a project. We can move forward. But the page of cups as well gives us the opportunity to explore maybe a new facet of ourselves. And I'm talking, it could be creativity, or just emotional self. So we are totally a new person. We finally can start a new phase in our lives without, and it's interesting, they're showing me like a weight on our shoulder, the weight on our shoulders, carrying patterns that no longer serve us. Suddenly we feel lighter, we break free. And I would say it's all about the opportunity to turn over a new leaf in our life in order to reach our highest potential, to embrace fully our soul purpose. Amazing message, for the month of September. So that's it for this month. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications on future videos. And if you are interested to get a personal intuitive reading, please check my website. You'll find the link down below in the description box. So thank you again. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.